Hey everybody, this is Toby Potter with Global Integrity Technology. Today I want to talk to you about a disruption that's in our industry, the private equity lending industry. We've been in this industry for 4 years, and as a broker where we started out, and even as a lender today, it is almost virtually impossible to get answers on loans in a timely manner. If you're a broker and your client calls you wanting some information about financing a real estate transaction, you have to send up information to a multitude of lenders, wait for them to get back to you, then decide which way you're going to go. And it's clumsy, it's clunky, it's not accurate, it's hypothetical. This disruption has to come to a stop. So Global Integrity Technology has come up with solutions to fix this lack of technology in our space that we believe will not only simplify the process, but revolutionize the industry. Technology that I'm extremely excited to share with you today is called Olympus. Olympus composes of three parts. One is Atlas, the pricing engine, Zeus, the loan originating system, and Hermes, the CRM. Now, what's unique about this is that all three components work hand in hand with each other. Now, there is technology out there today for loan originating. There's sizers, there's pricing engines out there, and there are CRMs. But for today's broker, for today's lender, everything is unique just to them, or there's three individual software programs you have to subscribe to and try to make them all tie in. What we've developed here at Global Technology is a one-stop shop of ecosystem. The Atlas pricing engine prices out the loans in seconds, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute. That information then is translated right over into the loan operating system, where your client, the broker and or the borrower, can fill out the loan application, the borrower's agreement, all their load up, all their docs and all that. And all that data is stored into Hermes, the CRM, so that when you have repeat clients, repeat lenders, repeat programs, you go right to it, pull it all up, and there's all that data stored. Mentioned earlier on was disruption in our industry. And I want to talk a little bit more in detail about that disruption. So the things that we mentioned about disruption is that the industry is missing cohesive, fluid, real-time technology that allows our customers to deliver accuracy and transparency in an approval. If, like I mentioned earlier, if a broker submits a deal in, they've got to submit it to 6, 8, 10 different lenders because everybody's got their own little guidelines, their own little nuances. And there's nowhere to get that into one central location. So they got to send it out 6, 7, 8, 10 times to each individual lender and wait for an answer to come back. This slows the process down tremendously. Fintech companies are struggling in our industry to adapt to a finicky, impatient, technology-challenged customer. Our customers today, our brokers and our investors, want answers immediately. They want to be able to, what you want to say, quote unquote, plug and play. They want to be able to put in the information, have an answer, and know with certainty that this deal will work. And again, as I mentioned, there's no central location for this. It's all across the board. We have to go to a multitude of different portals. So what Global Integrity Technology is doing is bringing solutions to this problem. So we just talked about the problem that we're facing in our industry. Now let's talk about the solution. And so what Global Integrity Technology has created, as I mentioned, is Olympus. And Olympus is the entire ecosystem. Inside Olympus is three components. One is Atlas, the pricing engine, which is really the thing that drives this the best, because any person can plug in 15 to 20 seconds all the data they have on the property and over the borrower and get pricing, and within seconds have an answer. Can this be done? If so, what are my leverages? What's my rate? What are my terms? That's the engine that drives this whole thing from beginning to end. But then it doesn't stop there. What's next is Zeus. the originating system, the loan application part of it. With that, all that data from Atlas now translates over into Zeus, and therefore you can start your whole process. So the borrower says, yes, I like these terms. Let's get the ball rolling. What do I do next? And boom, we go right into Zeus and send out our disclosures, send out our term sheet, send out all our needs list. And the borrower now has a portal to come right back into it. They see everything that they're loading. The broker sees everything that's being loaded, and all that's being captured and being ready to go into processing, underwriting, and closing. From all that, for repeat clients, you have Hermes, which then stores all that data. And it stores it on a multitude of levels, whether it be all the houses that were purchased in a certain neighborhood and what price increase or price declines did we have year over year, month over month, quarter over quarter. But Hermes is that storage data that just allows us to have our pulse on the industry as it grows, as it runs through recessions, as we hit peaks and valleys. This is what Olympus does for our industry, bringing technology to the fingertips of every client out there. So what does this mean for our industry? If we have this ecosystem that's all encompassing, how will this change our industry? First and foremost, it allows for clients to get answers within seconds. As a mortgage company, a direct hard money lender, we see the struggles that our brokers have. Because they have to send out an individual deal to every lender they're looking at doing a loan through, they then have multiple choices. And they have to try to compare them, apples for apples, so that they can make sure they're giving their client the absolute best answer. Well, when you're getting different formatted results from different lenders, it's not that easy to compare. I may have a certain term sheet from one lender that doesn't look like anything like the other term sheet from another lender. And so I'm trying to compare these. What are my fees? What's my rate? What's my term? And because they're not uniformed and because they don't look alike, it's hard to measure up. And if you do that on 4, 5, 6, 7 different levels of lenders, products, and programs, well, then it's really confusing. Therefore, it's clumsy. And what this ecosystem does is it allows every lender to be able to put their products into Atlas and be able to have a price comparison all wrapped up into one. By being a broker first, which Global Integrity Finance was, and now we're a direct lender, we've been on that side of the fence. We've seen the struggles that we faced with not having a true understanding of what's the best product for our client. And when you don't have the right answer for your client immediately, more times than not, that client will go somewhere else. What this does is makes this all centralized. It gives the client the ability to compare apples for apples within seconds of all the programs that this borrower or this property is eligible for. Therefore, then they can make an educated decision on which one is best for themselves or for the client. So this allows that speed, accuracy, and transparency that is lacking so much in our industry. So real quick, I want to kind of go through and give you a real quick demonstration of Atlas. What you see before you here is our Atlas pricing engine user interface screen. And so the simplicity of this is what will revolutionize our industry. And because it is so user-friendly, so quick, so accurate, this is what will drive this whole program through the atmosphere. So when we start here, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start over here at the loan amount. And you're going to type in your estimated loan amount. You're going to select if it's a purchase, a cash out, or just a rate term, your borrower's FICO score, whether they're a foreign national or not, the type of property, single family resident, how many units, what kind of monthly rental income you're going to receive, what's the appraised value of the property, what's your purchase price, what state the property is located in, the zip code. This allows us to keep records of properties in those areas, whether it's an inclining or declining market. From that, you'll then punch in the annual taxes, the annual insurance. Escrow other means if there's homeowners insurance, if there's flood insurance, but you're going to put in the economics there. and then come on down, decide whether there's a prepay. Usually we do a 5-year prepay. You can take it completely out and have no prepay. But we standard for just this demo purposes, we're going to keep it as a 5-year prepay. From that, then we're going to hit get pricing. Immediately, you'll see a full rate stack here. So on the far left, you've got 5.5% rate with a debt service credit ratio, or what we say a DSCR of 1.5, your monthly payments, our buy price and cost, all the way down to where you see a rate as high as 8.625. So on the left is your rates. In the middle or the second column is your debt service ratio. The next column is your monthly payments. And then our buy price to our capital markets provider and what kind of spread that would consist of. Once we find the rate that is favorable, closest to our par rate or below, we select it. So 7% looks like our closest rate. It then is grabbed over here on the right under loan breakdown, and it gives us our lock price. Once we've done that, now the next thing we're going to do is lock the rate. We confirm over here to the right that this loan has met all our parameters. We've got a property valuation of pass. We've got a per door minimum pass. We've got a loan amount pass. We're at an 85% purchase loan to value, which was inside our FICO grid score there. So we know this loan is eligible to be closed and funded that quick, that simple. So the question you may be asking is why global? Why us? Why this product? Because the technology today is one-sided. We want to make it universal. As the market conditions continue to grow, so does the demand for technology. The key to longevity in this industry and all industries is being specialized, being able to understand the consumer's needs and be able to adapt and give it to them. Being able to come up with see a specific problem and have solutions for that. The Olympus ecosystem does exactly that for this industry. It gives our clients the ability under one umbrella to price out all their loans, get all their approvals from the various different lenders that they're set up with, and be able to continue running that process of that loan all the way through closing and funding with never, ever, ever having to jump from one screen to the next screen or one program to another program. It gives a one shoe fits all solution to the originating processes of the private equity sector. We can deliver these results, and it gives consumers the leverage they need. So if I'm a broker and I can now give my client answers within seconds versus hours and days, that gives me the leverage I need to grow my book of business. The power of the leverage is that it boosts your returns on your financial investments. If a consumer is out there looking at a property and he needs to know the economics, what's the down payment going to be? What are the monthly payments going to be? What's my rate? How long can I finance this? And before he needs to know all that before he turns in a bid, and he can now get that in seconds from his phone. He can plug it all in. He can get an answer and say, here's my economics of this deal. Does it make sense to put in a bid, and how high can I put that bid in? Or do I need to back it up so that it is profitable? But now he has the leverage of information to make an educated decision. It's centralized. It brings speed of use, accuracy, and transparency to the market. And that's why this product will revolutionize the industry. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the economics of Atlas and the Olympus valuation. I'm not going to go into a lot of details of this. This is a lot of math, but if you completely recognize and understand the value of what this software does to our industry, then you'll also recognize the valuation of this product. With over 23,000 professional licensed mortgage brokers nationwide out there today and over 688,000 loan officers, this tool is in heavy, heavy demand. We have just a little over 8,300 lenders just in our private equity sector. That means there's 8,300 mortgage companies that offer financing for somebody looking to buy non-owner occupied real estate, whether it be single family, multifamily, mixed use. Of those 8,300, none of them have a product that does an all-for-one system deal. This is why we bring this to the market, because the clientele is astronomical. If we only captured 5% of that 8,300 market, that's 415 subscriptions. And in the first year of signing those 415 subscriptions, this would generate close to $2,033,500 in monthly fees and first-time setup fees. That's just 5% of the market. And that's a residual that will continue to grow over and over and over. I'm not going to get deep into the weeds on this, but this is the simplicity of the demand and the market share that we're looking at capturing.